suspected.
And Vlad Duthiers is with us now from Las Vegas. Now, Vlad, in the grim pattern of these things, we tend to find a manifesto, a journal, some kind of declaration of motive from the shooter. And in this case, none has been found yet. What are police telling you about what the motive may be?
Tony, it is something that has confounded everyone we've spoken to, from Sheriff Joe Lombardo to former FBI agents who say typically at the FBI there are a number of profiles that they track when it comes to mass shooters. In other words, was it vengeance? Was it because somebody had extreme religious views? Was it because somebody had extreme views when it comes to politics? And so far, Paddock does not fit any of those, and he left no manifesto. He didn't have a social media account, which in this day and age, can you believe that he did not have a Twitter feed, or he was not on Facebook? They did find there was some question as to whether or not there was a sort of a yellow sticky or notepad piece of paper found in the room that had some cryptic numbers on that. Reporters asked Sheriff Lombardo about it. So far, nothing indicates that that was anything of value, although that may be something that investigators are keeping very close to the vest. Again, the answers are not coming, and for people that I spoke to a family of a young girl who survived the massacre on Sunday. They don't actually care. What's really interesting is that the rest of the world, the rest of America, wants to know the motive. They want to understand why Paddock did what he did. But for a lot of the survivors that we've spoken to, they don't want to know anything about him. This one father telling me he's an evil man. He doesn't want to give him another moment's thought. He doesn't want to know anything about who he is, what he did, or why he did the heinous act that he committed. They're only focused on their daughter and seeing her recover in a very fast fashion.
It's understandable.
Absolutely,
Evil is a pretty comprehensive explanation.
Vlad, speaking of Paddock, they might not want to talk about him, but as you know, people are still curious about the investigation. What can you tell us about his weapons arsenal and possible plans for other attacks, including a potential car bombing?
So investigators are now saying to the Associated Press that they do believe that Paddock scouted out other locations across the city, including Boston, including Chicago, and that certainly has them looking into this pattern where they may be considering the fact that he planned to even explode a car bomb. There was explosive material found in his vehicle here in Las Vegas. So these are sort of the things that they're looking into, because what you essentially have right now is investigators grasping at straws. And again, they may be keeping things very close to the vest. They don't want to share the details of the investigation with reporters just yet, but clearly they're trying to establish some kind of a pattern. Hopefully that will give them an explanation into the motive, but right now they're still grasping at straws. And I guess ultimately what will come to light is whatever they are able to glean from those who knew him. That is ultimately what investigator told me going to be the most important aspect of this investigation. Talking to his girlfriend, talking perhaps to his brother, anything, because what's fascinating, and I think I spoke to Anne-Marie Green about this earlier in the week, something that I didn't know about. This FBI investigator told me, Tony and Meg, that generally in 81% of these mass shooting massacres, the shooter has told someone, an individual, or posted something or written something about what he or she intends to do. 81% of mass shooters have done something like that, and 45% of the people that they've spoken to have not reported it. Wow. And so he hasn't so far fit into that pattern, but they are hoping that somebody anywhere, that's why they've put out the tip lines, they're hoping that somebody will be able to provide something.
All right, Vladimir Duthiers.
It's great work out there, Vlad.
Absolutely, Vlad.